Ladies and gentlemen, something official as far as introductions is concerned to try and rein this in somewhat into some form of radio shape. We have the Bullitts in Maida Vale Studios. That would be Jeymes. That would be Lucy Liu right now down the line as well.
That's right, I'm here.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
J-Elec.
Yes, sir, I'm here, brother.
How you doing? You all right?
Pretty good, yes, sir.
Good. Slightly off mic, but you're J Electronica, so we'll let it slide.
You know what I mean? It's
He's on mic. He's on mic when he needs to be.
I'm on Bluetooth from the moon.
He's actually not in the studio.
Bluetooth from the moon. Do you just like speak in awesome album titles, Jay? Is that how it works?
I don't know, man. I've been doing it since I was born. I guess it's just magic.
See, you could just call, anyone could name an album that. It would be amazing.
And his voice sounds good as well. Like, I want one of those voices.
Jeymes Samuel, you've roped in, an incredible, array of musicians and voices and talent into this whole project. But as far as people who are listening right now at this stage will want to know the origin of the Bullitts before we take your first session track. So why don't you tell us about that?
I mean, the origin of the Bullitts has always been the name that, it's always been the moniker that I make music under. I think why, I started as a kid, I was always shooting short films and putting music to them and stuff. And I think that why it was just time to make a solo album is because my brain doesn't necessarily think linear with regards to songwriting. So in working with a various array of artists, you have a bunch of other songs that just don't seem fit into anyone other than yourself.
But you can sing and you can write, and we know this, and you can produce, and you're pretty much, you're a triple threat as far as that's concerned. But when it comes down to putting out a solo album, what most people do is they put the best 10 or 12 songs together on a record. They put it out with their name. It's a nice promo shot. There's you, Jeymes, looking handsome on the cover, like, hi, I'm Jeymes Samuel. This is my solo album. You've come out and done a solo album, and you've made this action adventure, hip hopera type sort of cinema movie, widescreen, blockbuster. Listen, I mean, okay, it wasn't the catchiest description, but
it was a good one.
You get my point.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and for the most part,
it's because you're crazy, right?
I'm a crazy individual, but I am actually, I'm actually handsome as well. So we can do that handsome
I said
thing.
there was a good promo shot.
Sometimes.
I said you had a nice promo shot on the cover.
Thank you, brother.
But you haven't gone down that road. I mean,
No.
like Jay just said in the background, there's an element of genius to this, but it is a crazy concept for your first kind of foray into your own thing.
Well, I think, the great thing is being the Bullitts, right? Sometimes I'll have a song and I just hear Tori Amos on it. I don't hear my voice on it. But
here it comes, people. Here it comes.
But in being the Bullitts, then no one questions it if Tori Amos is singing the song and you have the wonderful.
No, but did Tori Amos sing the song, Jeymes?
Yeah, I mean we do.
Did she sing a song on the record?
Well, we do have Tori Amos extravaganza on the record. Thank you. Is that a bomb? Do I hear a bomb?
Yep.
And the song's called Wait Until Tomorrow, but it's got the illest Lucy Liu. Give me them sound effects. It's quite magical.
Lucy Liu.
I'm here.
So you're at Maida Vale Studios for the very first time?
Yeah, it's amazing.
How does it smell?
It smells like
music.
It's hot. It's smelly. It smells like a public school in America, which is when you don't pay when you go to school, which is where I went.
Okay. Good impressions then for Lucy Liu on
No,
the
this is how
legendary.
it should be. This is like if it's got history, you can feel it.
Absolutely, you can.
There's layers.
Has someone taken you on a guided tour and shown you the Bing Crosby plaque on the wall?
No one's shown me anything yet.
Okay, well, there's all sorts of pictures of people who have done sessions in there, most notably the Beatles, who celebrated, I think it was the 40th year anniversary since they did their session. I think that was last year. And then there's a Bing Crosby plaque on the wall. So Maida Vale is full of history, and it's great to have you and Jay and Jeymes and the band in Maida Vale to record stuff for the archive. So thank you for your time.
It's an honor to be here.
So getting involved with the Bullitts, Lucy, in terms of doing something on a musical level, you act as the main character in this whole piece as it plays out. And how did this come about? Tell us the simple story of how you came to collaborate with Jeymes and Jay in this.
Well, I got an email from Jeymes that basically said he was working on this project and he didn't really know how to explain it, but that he really wanted me to do it, and I was the only person that he could think of to do this role, and it was a woman on death row.
Okay.
So, of course, that was There was
Interested.
high props.
So did you know Jeymes at this point? Had you met him, or were you aware of him?
I'd never met him. I didn't even know what he looked like.
Maybe you can help us clear something up then, Lucy.
He could have been a white boy. I had no idea. I met him in New York the first time when we had our first recording session.
Right.
And this big, black, handsome guy walks out, and it was winter.
Stop grunting for yourself, Jeymes. It's embarrassing.
He's giving himself props.
He's literally grunting for himself right now. Like someone's going, Jeymes is a handsome. He's in the background going, yes, I am. I am handsome.
In the words of Cuba Gooding Jr.
I don't care about your words.
Jerry Maguire, allow me to enjoy this moment.
And I hadn't heard any tracks. I hadn't heard anything. We just went in there. He handed me a piece of paper. I looked at it. And then I said, can I work off of this? Do I have to do it exactly as it's written? He said, you can do whatever you want. And then we sat down and we just did all this. We just created this character together. And it was amazing because then he took those tracks and then he dropped them in to the music and the, the tracks that he had already laid down with Jay and with Tori. And I didn't hear anything until after we had actually, we did all the spoken word.
I suppose in that sense it's kind of similar to doing a movie when you have to ultimately leave it to the director to deliver the project after you've done your
Yeah,
part.
you walk away and then they edit it and they put the music in. But this was interesting because it was so open, it was so creative, and that's what I was really hoping for, and he was open to that, and we created something I thought was really special. And then after I did it, he laid in the tracks, and then I could see the whole thing in 3D, and it was amazing because we had an immediate trust for one another, and I think when you have that, you can do anything. There's no limit.
Well, I'd like you to help clear something up here as far as the magic that this gentleman can. Don't grunt when I talk about you, Jeymes, by the time I start giving you a comment. Yes, I am magic. That he seems to be able to reach out to people who've never heard of Jeymes, don't know who he is, on email and or just cold call and say, hey, do you want to work on this thing? Now, I would imagine that you have a lot of people, and even when it gets down to you, that might reach you, and then you go, listen, I don't know you, I'm not interested in this project, whatever. Da, da, da. This must happen all the time. If people can get hold of you and ask you to do parts or be involved in things, whether it's charity or creative or all sorts of things. So, how does it work for Jeymes? How come it works for Jeymes, and you don't know this guy, you end up working on this record with him?
I have to say that I'm really open to people coming with projects to me, and sometimes you end up doing them and you think, oh my God, it didn't turn out as you thought it would, and sometimes you don't do it because just there's not enough backing it up. And for some reason, there was something really, magical about the way he presented it, and it really sparked something in me that I thought, there's an atmosphere of infinity in this, and I want to go there.
So in terms of casting everybody, you've got Lucy Liu there.
Yeah.
Idris Elba, who's involved as well. He plays a role. And then you've got the musicians. And let's talk about Jay Elec for a second. Now, you have a deep history of collaborating with Jay Elec on his music up to this point. And Jay, can you just step up to the mic a little closer for 1 second and just explain, how it's different working on the Bullitts as opposed to doing your own thing, and how it changes the way you approach it, if it does at all?
Jeymes is one of the most genuine people that you're going to meet, you know what I'm saying? And so it comes across in his music and the way he expresses himself. And also, he's very courageous in a way that most people aren't. He's not afraid to experiment with new sounds and ideas, and that's something that I always look forward to in music, because I come from a time where, in my life, where music had an effect on me in a real way, not just like a hobby to listen to, but it actually helped me to shape the way that I think and how I move in the world, so I want to get that same feeling when I'm working, and I get that with Jeymes.
You give that feeling when you rap, and you give that feeling with the music that you deliver as well, I have to say. You are truly one of the most exciting rappers and talents and musicians around at the moment, Jay, for the simple reason that you absorb all that you've learned and you apply it in a way that's truly honest. And I think that's something that rap music lacks a little bit. It's a lot of posturing still going on, but you were really straight up about what you're trying to say. And so for that, I want to say thank you.
Oh, well, thank you kindly, brother. Thank you.
Hopefully we'll have some time in the future to talk about your own stuff, but right now focusing on the Bullitts and getting back to Jeymes for a second. Piecing this whole project together and trying to make it work and giving it some kind of clarity and vision and focus kind of been easy, because when you're taking on songs and then you're taking on this additional thing of trying to script it and tell a story, does it make it harder or easier?
No, I think it really makes it easier. For some reason, I think it would be harder for me to just make a straightforward album of love songs. I think I was explaining to someone earlier, Zane, that the exciting thing for me is the actual chase. Like, like it's one thing having an idea, like waking up one morning and going, man, I need Lucy Liu. But the exciting thing is the actual traveling like thousands of miles over the Atlantic Ocean to meet and record with Lucy Liu, and then like the growth of mine and Jay Electronica's relationship, and just the massive pavestones you're building, as you execute each of the ideas in your head. I think that's the most beautiful thing that we can experience.
Thanks to Lucy Liu and Jay Elect for taking the time out to talk to us. And this weekend, you got the big chill.
Yeah, man.
You got the Saturday show.
Yeah,
This is going to be an interesting thing. Now, you've done a show already?
No.
Woof! First one.
Ouch. First one. I mean, the first performance we're doing as a band is for you, Zane, on the show today,
and we appreciate that. But of course, as far as big audiences are concerned,
as far as the audience is concerned, and a watcher, like the first gig is the big chill.
Are you nervous, Jeymes?
No,
Jeymes, you nervous?
Those are genes. Jeymes Samuel was not born
Are you
with.
nervous?
I think when
Jeymes, you nervous? You gonna cry?
I'm just allow me the latitude of completion. I think when
Jeymes,
Jeymes, when the Lord made Jeymes Samuel,
Jeymes,
and he was giving
Saturday,
out the
this Saturday,
gene,
can you feel
his
it coming?
phone
Here
rang.
it comes, Saturday.
That sounds like the sun to me.
Now hold up, now I'm gonna make you
Here
nervous. I'm
comes
gonna
the
put this
sun,
together. This is gonna happen. You ready?
darling.
You ready? What time are you on Saturday?
What are we on? Like I think 3 or
3
something.
o'clock, so it's 2:55.
Yeah, something like that. Whoa. That sounds like the opening for Close Your Eyes. Slow, chopped and
Seriously.
screwed.
Seriously. You ready?
Nice.
And System of a Down are on before you. Thank you, good night!
I'm going to change their names to System of a Up.
Wouldn't that make you nervous? You're impervious to nerves.
No. I mean, I'm chilling with Jay Electronica from the Magnolia
It's a
Project.
very, very good point. It's a very good point.
You know what I mean?
If I had Jay Elec on my team right now, I'd be like, invincible.
Imagine you had Jay Electronica on your left, Lucy Liu on your right, behind you Idris Elba, and the illest bunch of musicians. Man,
Okay, hold up. Thank you, good night! Jeymes, Lucy Liu's gone missing, Jay Elec's voice has given way, and Idris has decided to go back to London to have a Nando's.
What do I do? It sounds like
What
the
you gonna do?
tagline from Speed. What do I do? What I do is this. Thank you very much. I'll be here all week.
It's going to be a great show, man. And I
wicked.
wish I could be there for it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make
you
it.
ain't
but-
even going to be there, Zane.
I know, but never mind. So the last question before we let you guys go, because you've been very patient. It's been a long session. Thank you for your time. Is how much touring can you do on this, and how many opportunities can you give people to actually see this show?
I mean, hopefully, like we'll do a bunch of shows and stuff. I think it's going to be we'll do a bunch.
Watch the space. Thank you very
Watch
much.
this space. You know what I mean, Zane?